Let's try this again. Yeah, boy. We're alive. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know if anyone's in here. We're having technical difficulties, of course. Said we're streaming now. Let's watch. Let's watch now. Hey, what's good? Big Daddy Berserker in the building! Oil Gang! Love it. We were having some technical difficulties, and I loved seeing the chat going off. Love seeing that. Love seeing that. We had some trouble getting started, but welcome. This isn't Monday Night Football. This is Monday Hash Live. But make sure you got Monday Night Football on in the background, because what a banger of a game they got going tonight. I'm going to have that in the background. Of course, if you stay for the whole episode, we will be talking Monday Night Football in the overtime. Chomps, my guy Chomps. Yes, Chomps and Berserky. Love it. Love seeing you guys here. Past the technical difficulties, you guys are here and I love seeing it. Monday Hash Live. We've got a banger of an episode. If you were going to miss any episode, today is not the episode to miss. It is not only two of the Power 5 companies, but in my humble opinion, the two best Arizona companies we have to offer. Of course, I've talked a lot about Waving Cat the past couple months. I do think they're in the pole position, but I think the number two, and I think doing it just as well as them, maybe just slightly a little bit less, is Saguaro Solventless. Now, both these companies from the black market, aka the legacy market, the traditional market, so you're not finding them in your local dispensaries, of course. I still give the nod to Grow Sciences when it comes to dispensary Power 5 and whatnot. But these two guys have been showing out all year, and we've talked about it before, but what makes them the standouts? It's their efforts all year long. It's the fact that they keep coming at us with exotics after exotics, meaning new strains. The most important thing is to put fire in your jars. But after that, the way the market has been going and just the whole hash game, we want the newest thing. It's cool if you have GMO or papaya and it's fire. That's great. But of course, we want the GMO cross. We want the papaya cross. We want the new thing that's not GMO or papaya. And that's where these guys, I have to commend them so much, because both of them have been hunting and both of them have been dishing out new terps the Valley has not seen. Not always like the most exotic as far as new, but exotic in the fact that it's not on the market in Arizona, and some of the time not even on the market in general. So these two have been standing out. What better way than to put them head to head in a battle? Of course, we've been reviewing Waving Cat's whole drop. We had a Waving Cat episode. We had Waving Cat versus Grow Sciences. Waving Cat's been on a hot streak. Saguaro Solventless also on a hot streak. And as the number two Power 5, what better way than number one to go against number two in a heavyweight Power 5 battle? Of course, if you stick around past the battle, past the hash smoking, we're going to get into the overtime, where we talk all kinds of stuff. I've got car issues for you guys. I've got NFL topics. And of course, I've got another movie review for you. So if you stay till the end, we'll bullshit and talk. Like I said, put that NFL game on in the background and then make sure you're listening to me talk about hash. Of course, you're probably wondering, where's my cohort? It's just me this week. It's a little bit weird. We are in Crack That Seal Studios, also known as my mom's basement. I'm missing co-host Sir Hashington. He said he had to work today, so we had already missed last week. Didn't want to miss a second week. Okay, thank God. All right, I don't know who's still here. Shout out if you're still here. We've been having technical difficulties. We've been kind of going in and out a little bit, but we're still here. We're still going to review Hash. Stick around for the overtime if you want to bullshit. Make sure you guys let me know how I sound. We do have music going on in the background. Hopefully that's loud enough. Let me know you guys are here. It says live. It says the duration's still going. I can see myself, but I can't see any of y'all. All right, let's try this one more time. We are now connected in live. Let's see if this helps. Let's see if this helps at all. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for my sake. Not your guys' sake, for my sake. We already knew the internet wasn't good here, but... Let me know if you guys are here. We've had some technical difficulties. I'm still waiting to see some chat movement. I didn't want to just start reviewing shit. This thing keeps messing up. We tap directly into the internet now, so I'm hoping it sounds and looks good right now. Thank you so much, Chomps, for still being here. I know the mess ups suck. God damn it. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone's still here, but thank you, Chomps, for letting me know. I just tapped in directly to the internet, so I'm thinking that's going to cure things. I also shut off my computer. In case you guys don't remember, Monday Hash Live moved locations because of the internet. I'm in the bad internet part, but I'm connected directly in, so we should be good now. I'm going to let people roll in a little bit. In case you know, who knows where I left off blabbering, but today is a Power 5 battle between, I think, the two most respected companies in Arizona. You've got Waving Cat, we're doing their Lemon Fire today, and then you've got Saguaro Solventless, we're doing their Death Star today. Chomps in the chat, #1 fan, also has the Death Star. I'm going to be looking for an enjoyment rating from him, hopefully. If anyone else shows up, I know these drops were pretty popular around the valley. Let us know your thoughts if you've already tried them. You know, I've gotten some feedback on both these jars that I'm very interested to see how they translate for me. So it's Waving Cat's Lemon Fire versus Saguaro Solventless's Death Star. I did want to mention, I've forgotten what I've mentioned and what I haven't mentioned, but we've been slacking on our Crack That Seals. A Crack That Seal I'm very excited to bring you guys. We will be redoing, I know I'm reviewing it today, but I will be redoing the Lemon Fire from Waving Cat for a Crack That Seal because Rising Trichomes did a collab with Mendoza, and Mendoza also grew out the Lemon Fire. So it'll be a Lemon Fire versus Lemon Fire. Mendoza, one of the most hyped in the hash world, versus Waving Cat, one of the most hyped in Arizona. Both of them were at the lockdown event. Both of them got these genetics. Awesome to see. So that will be a side thing. But today, from Waving Cat, you will see the Lemon Fire, Grease Fire crossed with Lemon Cane. We reviewed the Grease Fire by itself on this show. One of my favorite jars all year. I put it up there with Saguaro Solventless's New York City Chem. I put it up there with, I'm already blanking on the other one. There was a couple other really good jars this year. I'll have to look into my notes. But I've given enough time. We've had enough mess ups. The show must go on. Hopefully you guys are enjoying Monday Night Football. Hopefully my two guys are going off so I can win in fantasy. But let's get into the first jar of the day. In case you missed it, we are going to go in on Saguaro Solventless first. Saguaro Solventless, their Death Star. Now, Death Star, I wrote this down. Where was it? It's, Sensi Star crossed with, what was it? Fucking, I'm blanking. I had all my shit written up, and then I had to take it all down. going back onto the laptop. We're going to get some info real quick. How's the music sound, chomps? Can you hear it at all? Is there any music that you can hear? Is it too loud, too soft? I groove to the music in here, so... Okay, well, my internet takes a decade. Let's get into our first jar of the day. Music is good, thank you. First jar of the day, we're going in on Saguaro Solventless Death Star. Saguaro Solventless, Power 5 company. I have them in the number 2 spot right now. They've been doing great work all year. They just had a 2-strain drop. Death Star and Starburst OG. We're saving the Starburst OG to go against Green Dot in a massive battle to kind of really see what Green Dot's all about and put them against a Power 5. What is going on over here? Okay, here we go. First jar of the day, Death Star. I was told one interesting thing about this. Now, I told you I was giving a little bit of reviews on these. The Saguaro Solventless, I was told, is gassy, but it's a very clean gas. Interesting to me only because Death Star typically is very in your face. I don't want to overuse funky because it's not like crazy funky, but it has a little bit more to it than just clean gas. So I'm excited to see this one. Death Star is a favorite of mine, even though I can't remember the damn cross. Sour, I knew it. God damn it. Why didn't I say that? Sour Diesel. It's Sour Diesel and Sensi Star. We are back. Thank you, Xana. Thank you, Xana. We tapped directly into the internet. Thank you for coming back. We had a bunch of technical difficulties. It's been solid for like 5 minutes now, so I apologize for all that. But we're tapped directly in. We're about to go in. Not go in, but we're about to crack the first jar of the day. It's Death Star. It's a strain near and dear to me. I've had a bunch of fire of. Saguaro Solventless, my number 2 hash company in Arizona right now. Let's crack that seal. Oh, wow, okay. Yes. Not that it's not clean. Not that it's not clean, but I feel like they misrepresented it a little bit. Because this is... I see what he's saying. Actually, I see what he's saying. On the back note, there is clean Clorox. Clean Chemi Clorox. But right before the Clorox, I'm actually getting dessert terps, which would be that funk that I mentioned. Which again, not going overboard on the funk, but it has this funk to it while having, you know, like petrol type gases. This one's somewhere in the middle. It does have a lot of Death Star properties, that funk, that gas. It's chemi. It's damn near sour, but a sourdough. It's damn near sour, but sour dessert. It's really the part that's surprising me, that even though there is that funk in Death Star, it doesn't go overly desserty. This one is starting to head into a desserty manner. The other thing I would mention is there is on the top layer, we talked back layer, top layer, I'm getting some floral. Solo Dolo today. It's a Solo Dolo episode from my mom's basement. Hashington had to work. Apparently, I do believe he'll be back next week, but I cannot confirm or deny that. Hopefully. It's always nice having the partner. It's always nice having two sides of the coin. And I like the dynamic. But if we got to crack the seals on our own, we got to crack the seals on our own. The show must go on. It's not going to look as pretty without Hashington, that's for damn sure. But we're going to do our best to bring it to you. And maybe even go live more than once a week. Okay, I'm excited. There's parts of it that I don't love for a Death Star. Not love in general, but for a Death Star, there's parts of it that I'm like, interesting. But there's other parts of it where I'm like, damn, this is some legit Death Star genetics. It has that sour gas. It has gas, but that cleanliness that I was told about is on there, and it is making an impression. So, shout out to Lifted, because Lifted's the one that put me on. He gave me a little review before the review. The Sweet Floral is the Sensi Star. Chomps with guest duties, guest host duties. Love it, Chomps. Love it. Let's go back into the jar. Yes, sirree, Bob. Fucking A, Chomps. Love it, Chomps. Okay. Normally, Death Star for me is very sour diesel, which is probably why I love the fuck out of it. This one has the diesel properties, but to Chomp's point, the floral perfume is sticking out. If you can dab, get your dabbers out. We're about to go in. I know Chomp's, he's about to go in on the same thing as us. So Chomp's for the day is our guest host. He'll be giving his enjoyment rating in the chat. I'll be giving my enjoyment rating live right here with you guys. Welcome to Monday. Just the seal cracker today. No Hashington. We've got 2 jars for you. 2 jars in a Power 5 hash battle. And then afterwards, we're going to go into the overtime. The overtime. Where I talk NFL, give you a movie review, talk about trying to find a new car, and maybe you guys can help me like you have in the past. Oh, you got a topic. Beautiful. The Peanut Gallery, we're filming live from my mom's basement, so there's no Peanut Gallery today either. No Hashington, no Peanut Gallery. Just the seal cracker. Yeah, so you guys know we're live from my mom's basement. I got the whole setup though. I got music going in the background so I can hear it. Hopefully you can hear it. Little tune. I've got the laptop to the left of me. I got the piece of paper to write anything down for comments, concerns, and topics for after the show. But as we started the show, technical difficulties took us down. Then we got the show rolling. Started to get it rolling, technical difficulties knocked us down. I hadn't filmed here in a while, so there were some things I had to do. I tapped directly into the internet. Since tapping in directly, we have been good as gold. Move these lights, give a little more. There we go. We've been as good as gold. So thank you for tuning in. It's Monday Hash Live. We do this most every Monday. Typically I have a co-host. Today we are reviewing 2 jars. They're both Power 5 jars. They happen to be my number 1 and number 2 Arizona companies, Swirl Solventless and Waving Cat. It's a Power 5 battle. It's a black market battle. It's a battle between the 2 best, I think. I'm super excited. Swirl Solventless just dropped 2 new strains. We've been working on the Waving Cat 4-strain drop. This will be the last jar of their drop. One I'm very excited to try. But first off, us and Chomp's number 1 fan is going to be going in. Here, you guys. You can't even see. Let's do this. There you go. We are going to be going in on the Death Star from Swirl Solventless. Sour Diesel crossed with Sensi Star, and this is some wet. This might be the wettest jar of Saguaro Solventless I've ever had. But still viscous. Like it's not dripping off my thing, and I like that. I like that. Go a little bit fatter for y'all. Very doughy. Lots of dough terps. It has a gas to it, but it also has a dessert to it. He's got to top it for us in the overtime. Yeasty, bready, doughy, desserty, gassy, clean, chemi, cushy. I really like this one. It's not as gassy as some of my favorites of the year, including their New York City Chem, but cheers, guys. Wow. Wow. Wow, lots of Cushments, all that dough, all that dessert turned into Cushments. I thought the dessert was going to fade. The dessert stayed, but it rounded itself off. What it truly became, I stand by what I said right before the dab. It's not as gassy as their New York City Chem or like the Grease Fire from Waving Cap. But what that dough and dessert did, it turned for me into Kush. It turned into a desserty Kush dab, like gassy, desserty Kush dab. Reminiscent of like cookies, reminiscent of Thin Mint, reminiscent of I probably wouldn't say I got a smooth, here we go, Chomps, co-host duties today. I got a smooth, doughy gas on the front end with some sweetness coming through on the back end. I really enjoyed this jar. I'm glad I got two. Chomps, spoiling himself. I love the review, Chomps. As you can tell, ours kind of match up with some little bit of differences, but I think we got a similar dab. And just like you, I don't think I've gotten to this part yet. I really enjoyed it. I liked the nose. The nose, though, had aspects where I thought I wasn't gonna love it. I thought I was gonna like it. I would put it up there. I love it. I love it. What could we say bad about it? You know, uniqueness points. You could maybe harp on the fact that it's not pure Death Star. And maybe you could harp on, you know, it not being gassy enough. But that's a personal preference thing. The person watching this might not want it more gassy. And that's the thing about it. As much as I can sit here and say, like, yeah, you know, those gassy ones, I loved that dab. It was cushy. It was tasty. It had sweetness to the doughs in the gas. I mean, man, that's another top jar from Saguaro Solventless. That's another, yeah, I mean, if you don't like the gassy ones I love, but you still love gas, like if you don't like it too gassy, this would be your jar. Sensei Star is my favorite strain, so like, I like that it came through strong for me. Conversation with Chomps. To you, what was the Sensi Star part? Because I didn't get as much floral on the dab, which I loved, but Maybe it's that sweetness. Maybe it's that kind of the aspect that made the dough and the kush and the mints and the dessert. It made it desserty. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the Sensi made it desserty or tasty. I don't know. I'm curious on your thoughts. I know Sensi Star. I don't know Sensi Star like that. My knowledge of Sensi Star I would tell you Sensi Star kind of reminds me of Blue Dream. Kind of like a tasty, like a haze, but a real tasty haze. Like a floral or a fruity haze rather than just like straight haze, because I do not like haze. And I'm not trying to sit here and say I like Blue Dream, but I can respect Blue Dream and its terps. Okay, enjoyment rating on the first jar of the day, a very hype Death Star jar from Saguaro Solventless. I'm going to give it an 8.9. The look is sexy as hell. The nose throws me off a little. It goes a cinch yeastier than I like. Yeast. There's bready terps, there's doughy terps, but then there's specifically the yeast. And sometimes strains go too, it's like all yeast. The nose has a little more yeast than I would like, so I thought that was going to come through on the dab, but nah, it was all kush. Kush dabs. I would call the Death Star fucking kush dabs. Dessert kush dabs. 8.9 in a really high scoring jar. I can tell you now it's not my favorite jar of the year because I'm thinking of a few that have, just really I've been in love with. But easily guaranteed a top 10 jar right now from me for what I've tried from Arizona. I'm off top, it's hard to say, but I want to say a top 5 jar. Top 5 jar, easy. Death Star from Saguaro Solventless. That's a way to start an episode, guys. 8.9. I told you, heavyweight matchup. Heavyweight matchup. You've got the number 2 seed against the number 1 seed, and the 2 seed came to fucking play. They said, nah, we hear you talking about Waving Cat this, Waving Cat that. How about Saguaro Solventless, boy? You know what? I wish if Waving Cat's here, say wave. Give us a wave if you're here, Waving Cat. Anyone from Waving Cat. Would love to hear from one of you guys in this episode. They've joined us in past episodes. I don't think they're here. The technical difficulties really fucked us up to start the episode. And then, of course, it's fucking Monday Night Football. People have lives, so I understand. But I would love to talk to the Waving... there he is! Fuck yes! Don't. I'm gonna blush. Yes, thank you. You the man. We're about to get into your jar. The reason I wanted to talk to you is... I don't think I've ever heard the story on where did Waving Cat come from. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you want to share. That's just something that literally I've thought before, but I've always forgotten to ask you personally. Where did Waving Cat come from? Like, what's the story? What's the story? There's got to be some kind of story. But again, if you don't want to share or you don't know or whatever, it's fucking just, I don't know. It ended up being such a great, I love both of these. If you don't watch Crack That Seal, we often talk about jar labels and top labels and how important they are, because when you go to these sessions, you see all these jars on the table, and it's really important to stand out. Now, I didn't do this on purpose, but just because it's right here, the Rising Trichomes jar, I love it. It's an ode to Mendoza. But their logo, it's just hard to read, the cursive, and then when you put too many designs on it, I love a design that stands out on a table. Both of these are great prime examples. I don't know where the fuck the Waving Cat came from, but it always has stood out to me as like on a table. Just, it's a very bold design. And then the cactus, I mean, come on. We've always loved this, always loved these guys' jars. They do kind of artsy jars. Yeah, so maybe Snowy will give us an answer. Also, Snowy, I don't know if you missed the beginning of the show, because we did have technical difficulties. I am going to be recycling this jar. The Lemon Fire is also going to appear on a Crack That Seal, because we have Mendoza Rising Trichomes Lemon Fire. So Lemon Fire versus Lemon Fire, you both were at the meltdown. It's great to see both end products however many months later. Okay, if you're just tuning in, because I see the viewer rates actually going up, which is great. We had technical difficulties to start the show. It fucked our shit up, but the show must go on. We've already been through our first jar of the day. That was the, why am I holding this? That was the Saguaro Solventless Death Star. 8.9 enjoyment rating is what we just scored it. Very high score to start the show. Heavyweight Power 5 battle. Of course, I love gas. It was gassy, but it surprised us with the dessert terps. It surprised us with the sweet kush, as I like to call it. Sweet gas. Now we are about to go in on who I consider the top hash company in the state. Just the way we do the power rankings, it's a continually, we're updating it all year long, and we're almost through the year now, and I've just loved the work that Waving Cat has put in. We talked about it at the beginning of the episode. Genetics, hunting new stuff, obviously quality of product. First Stab got me. Shit. But I think Saguaro Solventless is right there with them. They're both the top two representing Arizona, The key thing, I know all you have heard me say a bunch of times, I get asked when I go to events, what's fire in Arizona? And I'm like, well, we don't really have that many, companies, the way that, California has fucking a million. But it's Waving Cat, it's Saguaro Solventless. I do still want to mention Grow Sciences, because they're the dispensary kind of version for your average person who's just in town and has to hit a dispo. But I do feel like Grow Sciences, they haven't been focused this year. They've been focused on Illinois. They've been focused on weight over fucking, getting their product and doing everything they can. Alright. I was just cleaning the banger. We're about to go in on the second jar of the day in a heavyweight matchup. The last jar from the Waving Cat drop, the one that I had chosen for a heavyweight fight, the Lemon Fire, the one that we saw them grab at the meltdown. It has Grease Fire in it, which we reviewed from Waving Cat, one of our favorite jars of the year. And Lemon Cane. Lemon Cane was the one at the event that had been crossed into everything in its fucking mother. That's why it'll be really fun to do the Crack That Seal episode where we compare the two. Mendoza Farms, super hype, so see how the Waving Cat boys stacked up. And let's see how, this might just be a preference thing. I gotta blow my nose. This shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. First Stab got me leaking. Sinuses clearing. Alright. Alright, guys. I don't think Chomps has this jar, but if anyone, I see 9 viewers now, if any of y'all have any Waving Cat, dab it with me. Give me your thoughts. I mean, regardless, you should be taking a dab right now. You should be heating up your banger. You should be grabbing your Puffco. We're about to go in, but first let's crack the Lemon Fire. Lemon Fire Grease Fire, one of my favorites of the year, and Lemon Cane from one of my favorite companies locally and in general, Waving Cat. Great patty. Okay. The Lemon Cane stands out. Kush Lemon Cane. Lemon Cane Kush. Lemon Cane Kush. That's what I smell. It's not... The Grease Fire was gassy, in your face. Like, in your face gas. Whoa. This has a little bit... It's not as, like, desserty, but it has a little bit of the dough that the first jar had from Swirl Solventless. Because it has that Kush. They both have the Kush. This one has the distinct lemon, though. If you haven't had Lemon Cane or Lemon Tree, those are the two that I can really say. Lemon Cane and Lemon Tree. They have such a distinct lemon. It's like, I call it a sharp lemon. I call it a piercing lemon. Not that this one's overly piercing, but I can smell it in there. Zesty lemon. Love it. Love it, Xana. And I would say... the lemon is opening up. Now I'm getting Pledge. I'm getting like Lemon OG. I mean, I said Lemon Cane Kush, but yeah, now it's like almost going away from the Lemon Cane and more into, the Kush while still having lemon. Like at first it was just overly Lemon Cane. Overpowers, but enjoyable. Okay. Well, what I like is it's opening up more into the Kush, so hopefully it translates. What's nice, though, is Lemon Cane itself is such a strong terp. It's great as far as loudness. As far as overall loudness between these two jars, I do give it to the Death Star. Yeah, Death Star is much louder right now. Much louder. The Lemon Fire, you gotta search for a little bit more. Oh, let's see. Hold up. We finally got an answer from Snowy. If you just joined, I asked him where did the Waving Cat name and logo come from. Was a packaging designer for the day job before chasing the hash dream. Originally started as a group project with the homies a few years ago, and Swag and myself have kept it going. Quit our day jobs a little over a year and a half. Been full-time on Cat since. He said, whip the lemon, you've had it for weeks now. Fair. Hey, fair, that's why we have you. That's fair. That's fair. Regardless, it smells great. I can smell what I was going to say is both strains, but not necessarily. I smell the Kush, but it's not overly gas. Like, it hasn't gassed me out yet the way the Grease Fire gassed me out in a great way. I love the gas, so gassing me out is great. This one isn't gassing me out. It's more Kush, really nice Kush notes with the with that lemon. The lemon's kind of jumping back and forth, though. It's jumping back and forth between classic, like, Lemon Cane, piercing, zesty, and then, like, kind of like Lemon OG backup. Oh, damn, we're up to 10 viewers! Thanks for joining, anyone that just joined. We had technical difficulties. It kind of fucked the show up to start, but like I've been saying all show, the show must go on. It's just me this episode. Hopefully Hashington's back next episode, but we have no idea. It smells really good still, so, and it looks, let me show you the look before I go and fuck it up. That look is, I love that look. The first one was wet, not too wet, so super sexy, but this is kind of my, like, favorite look. No, IG said he was working. He said he picked up a shift, and I was like, why would you pick up a shift on Monday? Yes, JT! JT, we need you, JT. JT, I expect a full... Actually, Chomps, did you give us an enjoyment rating? Chomps, I know you're still here, motherfucker. I want an enjoyment rating. I loved the review, though. I loved that. Thank you. I want an enjoyment rating, please, and thank you. If I might have missed it. I have a little chat window. What was I about to say? Fuck. Oh, yes, JT. You're saving us right now, JT. Chomps was the guest host on the first jar, which we just got his enjoyment rating. Guest host Chomps gives it a 9.1. I gave it an 8.9. Which, it could have gotten a 9. JT, it's a hitter. I've had it already. Lemony with some gas on the back end. Okay, I want an enjoyment rating then from you. I love this. I love this texture. This is my favorite texture. It really is. It's like... I hate doing this to the hash. I absolutely hate it. I hate touching my hash like this. I feel like I'm just breaking rules, even though this is what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I love it. It's gummy. It's damn near white. Definitely more gas. Not overly gaseous, but definitely more gas. Good call, Snowy. Not that I wasn't going to do that, but... Waving Cat, Lemon Cane. What we smoking on? Oh, Raw Dabbin. We already did the Saguaro Solventless. Death Star got an 8.9. Very, very enjoyable jar. We are now onto the Lemon Fire from Waving Cat. Xana, solid 9 personally, and I don't usually fuck with lemon turps. Ooh, Xana. Okay, I want to hear from you, JT. I want to hear from you. These are the two... If you're watching this show, then in our opinion, these are the two best local companies you could possibly get your hands on. And they have done nothing but impress me this year. Every jar might have not been, my personal fucking jar. But you gotta love Saguaro Solventless and Waving Cat. You gotta love the thought that they've put into this and just some of the genetics we've been blessed to get. Starburst, you're going to enjoy. Love that one. Starburst will be going against Green Dot whenever Green Dot drops. Okay, JT, I missed you. Sorry, it's this small-ass chat. I'm not normally a lemon gas fan, but this is an 8.9. High scores, gentlemen. High scores, gentlemen. Okay, well, now's the time. I'm about to give my score, and we're about to go head-to-head heavyweight battle. Saguaro Solventless, number 2. Against number 1 Waving Cat in the power rankings. We're off to a great start. 8.9, and I love everyone's opinions here. If you have the time, bust your rigs out. We're going in, boys. And girls, any girls in? Typically we have a few female viewers, but I don't think I've noticed any of them show up today, so going in on the second jar of the day. First jar got an 8.9. This jar smells awesome, and it's gotten a lot of high reviews from some of our guest judges. Super light color as well, yeah. Hella light. Alright. Hopefully everyone's having a great Monday. No way. No way. Okay. I don't like when it doesn't read the number I'm expecting. Thank you anyone who has joined. Thank you for anyone who has joined and stayed. I know it's Monday Night Football, but it's also Monday Hash Live. We try to do this every Monday. Today is possibly one of the best episodes you could watch because we have two of the best companies, and after smelling this jar, it's now guaranteed that we have two at least solid jars for the day. We've already got an 8.9. Who knows what we're about to get? But I was raving about it in the beginning of the episode. I've been saying it throughout, but Waving Cats really impressed me this year. They've just led the way. Innovation as far as their genetics and strains and just the quality and all that. So I love these kind of episodes. Second jar of the day. If you stick around after the jars, we will go into the overtime. Where if you didn't see my post, I've got some different topics for us to cover. I do movie reviews. We're going to talk NFL. We might even look what's going on in the game. I have two fantasy guys going right now. Don't tell me though. We're going to save it for the segment. We got some life stuff. Sir High said he had something for us in the overtime. If you guys got any questions, we can go over it in the overtime. I'm thinking about doing more lives in general. Even for the Crack That Seals, I want to go to the live route. That's why I've been slowing down, and I've had reviewer's block or something like that. But we're about to go in on the Lemon Fire number 4 from the Waving Cat Boys. Grease Fire crossed with Lemon Cane from that amazing Meltdown event. A lot of people in this chat, if you somehow missed it, a lot of you guys already loving this jar. Lemon, Zest, Pledge, Kush. Not as much of the dough aspect as once was. Should we add a teensy bit more and kill ourselves? Yes. The answer is yes. I already know what you guys would say. We are going low per usual. Cheers, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, damn. Whoa. Lungs! My lungs! You know what the Grease Fire really comes through on is the fucking lungs. Woo! Puncher. Wow. 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 Okay. Okay. Very lemon caney. It does have gas behind it. Not overly gassy by any means, though. It has gas behind it. There's so much lemon zest in your fucking face. And I'm sure Snowy, took offense to my light smell. It's not that it doesn't smell light. It just smells lighter compared to that, But dab-wise, wow. Terps are in your face. I'm still not recovered. I mean, it's not too overly grease fire. It is leaning into the lemon cane. And I don't want to, you know, maybe 20% terp-wise grease fire. Because there is maybe 30%. It's like cushy and it has a gas aspect, but it's just not like overly gaseous. It's much more 70% lemon zest, lemon tree, like that piercing lemon chokes you up with terps. It's so loud. You know what a perfect enjoyment rating for this jar would be? 8.9. But I can't do that. I can't do that. I like that. Let's go in the middle, because there's no reason we have to stick to whole numbers. 25% grease fire, a quarter, 75% lemon cane. Now, high-wise, that's where the grease fire's coming in. My lungs are plastered. I'm just now recovering. My eyes were like, fucking, I couldn't even, whoo. And my nose once again. It's honestly right in that 8.9 range, but because this is Monday Ash Live, we can't have ties. I now have to decide 8.8 or 9.0. What I'll tell you right now, and I know some of you might even disagree with what I'm about to say, which is fine. We can all disagree. Agree to disagree. No matter what, even if Sawal Solventless wins, they win this matchup, but that doesn't just automatically put them in the number one spot for me. That's not how it works. Could it? Yes, but is it not in this case? Because it's your body of work still. What a fire episode. What a fire episode. Like I was saying, if you were going to watch an episode to, like if you watch this episode as an outsider, you'd be like, damn, Arizona has fire hash. And I'd be like, okay, we do, but it's not like that. We don't have a bunch of companies like this. Like, California legit has endless companies that are, like, this good. And I don't mean that in a downing quality way. I mean that they're the Mecca. It's fucking, it's not even, this isn't even a question. What did he say? Win or lose, we're all winners when the hash comes out that beautifully. Agreed. I've been looking forward to dabbing these jars so much. And even, like I was saying, we should go over this. Not that you guys are the culprits, but oftentimes, when I give a jar an enjoyment rating, and it's like less than an 8, sometimes even less than an 8.5, people just think it's not good. One, it's my enjoyment rating. It's just my personal, like, enjoyment rating. Two, I might have not enjoyed, like, you know, the strawberry milkshake as much as this jar from Waving Cat, and it might have got like a 7.9, but it doesn't mean it was a bad jar. I'm just not into those necessary terps. Maybe it didn't stand out to me as much. Having said that, I respect all hash when it's good, when it's loud. And that's what makes this so hard, because both these are loud as fuck. The nose on this one threw me off. Oh man. Whew, she's sharp now. Damn, she opened up. Okay. Love to see that from Saguaro. She sharpened up in there. God damn. It's only been like 30 minutes. That one's still louder on nose alone. It is the newer jar to Snowy's point. Dab wise, both loud. I would give the Waving Cat down your throat coat. Yeah. I just said I couldn't, and then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give an 8.9 to the Lemon Fire from Waving Cat in a heavyweight Power 5 battle, and we come up with a draw. Y'all gave your scores. I saw the Lemon Fire got a 9.1, a 8.9. The Death Star got a 9 from someone. I don't think we had as many Death Star reviews, but y'all are in agreement. 2 fire jars. I'm calling it a draw, and I'm saying these two are going to have to go to head once more. Hopefully before the end of the year, but I don't know if their drops align. Hopefully. We'll see. Great battle, though. Great fucking battle. If I had to, because I know, I get mad at people when they don't pick things. Gun to my head, choose one. I'm going to go, just because I'm the gas guy, Kush guy, I'm going to go with the Saguaro Solventless Death Star. Yeah, I'm going to go with it, and by gun to my head, I have to choose. But both enjoyment ratings got 8.9s, damn near 9 types. I mean, yeah, great showing. Great showing by both those guys. If you haven't tried either of these companies, best Arizona has to offer, we have them in the Power 5, along with Grow Sciences. Oh, fuck, doing this high is always hard. Still, Solventless Refinery, who's on the brink, as we all have talked about. And we'll talk about them in the overtime once more. We'll talk about them a little bit. Nothing crazy, but it pertains to this. And, of course, Smacks. We always forget Smacks. Smacks, I would love to see from Smacks their Chimera. I don't think it makes great hash. I didn't mean it like that. Not great hash. I meant, like, it might not... The terps might not come through as much, or it just might not yield. But his Cake Mara, Chimera, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm so damn high right now. I wish he would run that one for Smacks. Actually, Raw Davin might be able to answer. Why don't they run the Chimera? By the way, we have now entered the overtime, which means we're going to talk some different topics. I'll probably take one more dab, because why not? It's a dab show, and we've got topics to go over. Some personal stuff to me, some fun stuff that we'll just be reviewing, like, I've got a movie review. I think I've given you guys a couple of those. I've been kind of harsh on Hollywood. We'll talk football. What else did I have? Oh, we'll talk Bliss. Bliss don't miss. Yo, 710 puffin stuff. I do not. Oh, we got a... Hell yeah. We got a raid? Oh, the real Chrysics. What's goody? Yo. Hell yeah. Damn. We just got raided, guys. I'm not used to this kind of stuff. I think he hit us with one last week or 2 weeks ago, but it was at the very end of the show. We'll just reiterate real quick. We just finished up the hash battle, a Power 5 battle between who we call the two best in-state hash companies, Saguaro Solventless and Waving Cat. Waving Cat's Lemon Fire, Saguaro Solventless' Death Star. I called it a draw, 8.9, 8.9. We went to gun to the head. Sorry, I'm high. Death Star, Saguaro Solventless took it. But 8.9 for each on the enjoyment rating. Super big scores for these guys. We talked really good about both. We are now in the overtime, which means I was just going over it. We're going to go over random topics. We will go over football. I've got a movie review. I've got some life stuff you guys normally help me with. You're going to give me some tips and pointers. I'll give you some background there. I'll take one more dab with you guys, so we're just way too high, even though I'm already there. But that's what we do on this show, just in case you're new from the raid. Every week we do a Monday Arizona hash review, and then we do the overtime where we just bullshit. Normally I have a co-host, Mr. IG Hashington. We do not have him this week. Hopefully he returns next week. I'm not sure, but hell yeah. I love it. If you're a dabber, then this is definitely the show for you. Thank God I brought supplies with me today because these dabs have been making my nose run today. And then Sir High said he even had something for us, so. Yeah, I mean, he better get his ass back. I don't know, man. I'm starting to lose hope. Don't say you've lost hope. Just starting to feel like that. But we've got some different topics. If you're a local of Arizona, some of this stuff will make more sense to you because it is local. But the rest of it's not local at all. We're going to talk football. We're going to actually tune in live to whatever's happening. So don't say anything in the chat right now to me because I have guys going in fantasy. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what's going on in the game. We're going to talk about this week's football. So let's just get right into it. I do have this and this. I do have a rig ready. Also, in case you guys missed it, hope Detroit can pull through. I've been a fan my whole life. You're hilarious. In case you guys missed it at the beginning of the show, we talked about Waving Cat a bunch, how they're pretty much in the number one pole position for us in Arizona hash. What's really cool, I'm going to recycle this jar. This Lemon Fire that just scored an 8.9 will, I don't know if I want to say go into battle, more of like a Crack That Seal episode comparison. A really big one from Rising Trichomes. They did a collab with Mendoza, who was at the same competition as Waving Cat, got the same seeds, grew the same seeds out. So I'm going to be very curious for that review to see how Mendoza's Lemon Fire compares to theirs. It's going to be an exciting episode. I'm thinking I'm going to do it live just like this one. We've never done Crack That Seal live. That's my other show, almost 500 episodes, yada, yada, yada. So I did want to plug that. I've got that. I do need a top. Okay, let's get into our first topic. This is one of those local ones. Bliss Don't Miss. Out the game. Became official this weekend. One of the hash companies we've reviewed on this show this season that actually secretly scored. Was it this season? I might be in a bias. It might have been last season. I want to say it's this season. And it was just his GMO. Kind of his famed GMO. Which we always say, boring GMO. But his ended up impressing us so much. I can't remember where it's at on our power rankings. But for a while there, it was in the top 10 for Arizona hash jars this year. He's going to be getting out the game. Not sure exactly why. He posted some cryptic-ish stuff, but also it sounded positive. It sounded positive to me. I didn't talk to him. I didn't want to hit him up and be like, "What happened? Tell me, a guy who never hits you up, what happened?" But I would say, as I was talking shit earlier, how like Arizona doesn't have that many companies, he would definitely be up there. For at least we had him as one of our black market hash companies and quality product. A lot of people around know that GMO. A lot of people around love that GMO. I don't know if they're in the chat right now, but a lot of people have just, like, over the years, just non-stop bought that GMO up. Other than his GMO, I personally never really had anything that, like, oh my goodness, but his GMO was amazing. So we got Bliss, Don't Miss Out the Game, which brings us to another segment that we've talked about a bunch in the overtime. Where all the hash at? With Bliss getting out the game, that's just one more, like, we're losing hashers when we need to be gaining them. So, over this weekend, my eyeballs, I spied, actually, was it me? No, my bad. Hash Trees. He was here earlier. He might not be here anymore. Shout out Hash Trees. I've seen this name around, but I've never seen it in Hash. Hash Trees tracked down a new company in state, Riggs Family Farm. I know that name. I can't remember what it's from. I think it's either from dispensary, like weed, or I can't remember, but I just don't think they've ever done hash. They're starting to do hash. We had a menu. I saw Animal Mint on there, a few different ones. I haven't talked to Hash Trees since, but I don't know if he got any. We will definitely try to track them down. That's definitely a great future episode company. You know, we always talk about where all the hash at. Well, I'm going to get some Riggs Family Farm. I don't have it yet, but that will be a company we'll be putting to the test. Hopefully we can find another, like, new company so it's a fair battle. So Riggs Family Farm, if anyone knows about them, let us know what you know. Yeah, I want to know, because I recognize the name, but I can't remember enough. And then Mackenzie Farms. I don't know if Sir High is still here, but Mackenzie Farms, we've been waiting on. I don't know if it's... To my understanding, I thought they already had rosin, but maybe they're working on the rosin. That's like a future thing, or I just don't know if it hasn't come down yet, or if Sir High, that kind of thing. But if so, and you're still here, hit me up about that, definitely, because that's another company. That would be, you know, possible good company to go up against Riggs Family Farms. You've got Inventing Room, which would be another good company to go against Mackenzie Farms. And apparently we've talked about Inventing Room a couple times the past couple episodes. We thought they were black market, but apparently they went legal market now, back to the legal market. I'm not sure, but they hit us up and they actually want to get us some jars. So we definitely want to see what their new operation's all about, new jars, new logo even. So they're on our radar. And then Solventless Refinery. We talked about them earlier being in the Power 5, and a lot of you that watch this show, let me fix this. Let's do that. There we go. Sorry, that music was getting crazy. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Solventless Refinery. Power 5, but someone we've been talking about who's kind of heading the wrong way off the Power 5. I'm still waiting for their drop. I thought them and Verdant were doing a collab. And Verdant, I had hit Verdant up. This is weeks ago. I didn't stay on Verdant. Verdant told me it's still curing up. So I don't know if we just missed that, if it was a small drop, but I want to try to get Solventless Refinery into the show one more time before the end of the year to really maybe finalize our decision of are they or aren't they Power 5. Because again, I know you guys don't understand the concept of my belief in, like, for instance, them putting on the Culture Cup. I love that. That gives them points. Even though it's not them making good hash themselves, them holding a competition and getting good hashers out here. Because aside from, you know, the I haven't seen them drop it either yet, to my knowledge. It hasn't. I saw a vid of IO processing the hash. Okay. That's IO, though. I'm looking for the solventless refinery one. Okay, so at least you guys are in agreement. We haven't seen it hit the market. Okay. The IO one I heard hit the market. At least one of them hit the market. I don't know about all of them, but I want to put solventless refinery to the test at least one more time before the end of the year, you know. I'm the one holding them on the Power 5. I'm the one who put them on the Power 5. Have to mention once again, they're putting on the Culture Cup in November, which I will be a part of, and I love that. I love it, because even though it's not all Arizona, they're bringing outside people in, and that's good for Arizona. Good for networking, good to link people. I will be filling in for MI Roots and judging hash for him. And I got hit up this weekend by Beachside Solventless, another awesome bomb Cali company. They wanted me to sit in for them and judge for them, but I told them I was already sitting for MI Roots. So, Culture Cup I am looking forward to. And yes, there are going to be a bunch of Michigan peeps in the competition. There's going to be Cali people. I think I saw today's, decision by split decision or whatever you want to call it. But Saguaro Solventless, I think, officially entered, and I love that. I love that. And I'm not mad at anyone for not entering. I'm not mad. I understand. Like, it takes a lot to enter these competitions. I don't know the official how much you have to give, but normally you have to give a half ounce, an ounce. And you can say that's not a lot, but even a half ounce can be a lot. So, who knows? I don't expect people to enter, but I love seeing it. And I love seeing it when it's some of Arizona's best. I would love to see Saguaro in there. I would love to see Waving Cat in there. I would love to see Smacks in there. Yeah. So excited for the Culture Cup, but where them jars at? Where them jars at? Obviously, we've talked about Green Dot a lot. We're literally saving our other Saguaro solventless jar for a huge battle against Green Dot. So we'll have another great episode on that one. But in the meantime, where them jars at? We want to see all that new stuff. I gotta track down Riggs Family, McKenzie Farms, Inventing Room. So yeah. All right, on to football. So week 1, call it what you call it. I don't typically bet week 1. And for those who don't follow the show or follow me or who even care, this is my first year doing fantasy in a long time. I used to love fantasy like everyone else. But I like doing leagues with people I knew that were serious, yada, yada, yada. However many years later, maybe 7 years, 8 years later, I've returned to fantasy football this year. And but week 1, I didn't make any bets. I don't typically make bets in week 1. I like to kind of warm up and see what the league's doing. Even though week 1 is fun to bet on. I like to see what's good. And then week 2, we were in California and I forgot to put my damn bets in before we left. So I didn't even get a bet week 2. So I got 2 weeks. And then week 3, honestly, I would say I didn't put any serious bets in. By serious bets, I mean I didn't do any type of thinking. I mainly tied it to my fantasy players so that maybe I would hit double big, type thing. And I just kind of threw some shit on a wall and some guesses. But as the year heats up, we'll talk more about betting on here, or we'll start my side show, which we've done before, which is Hash Dabs and Sports Picks, where we get really high and then make sports picks together. I give you my thoughts. Mainly UFC and NFL are my shit, which, speaking of sports hash dabs and sports picks, let's take a dab together. We only got a few more topics, and then I will let you guys get to Monday Night Football. But we do have more football to talk about, including tonight's game, because I am down. Don't anyone tell me, we're going to get to it. I am down 35 points in the fantasy league that I'm in. And I have Saint Amon. I'm probably saying his name wrong. Amon Brown? Amon Ross? Anyways, the Lions wide receiver, and Mark Andrews, the Ravens tight end. I have both of them. The good news is my league is one of those dumb leagues that does PPR, points per reception. I hate it. I think but it is what it is. Gives me a better chance to win tonight because both my guys are receivers. So hopefully they catch a lot of balls. And if each of them could score one touchdown, I think I'm going to take it. 35 is a lot, though. Having said that, my league with the PPR, it's like one of those leagues where like scoring's a little bit easier. I'm down 35. I've got those two guys, and he's got nobody. Exactly. In case you guys didn't notice, we're about to take a dab. So if you're a dabber, you should be getting as ridiculously high as I am. We're 2 dabs deep. There we go. Nice. Okay. 2 dabs deep. I'm debating whether I should, I don't know how many of you know, but I have this other lemon fire jar here. I'm debating, yeah, if I should give you guys the sneak peek on it. Let's do it. Let's give you guys the sneak peek so you don't have to wait for the, crack that seal. We're going to go in on this lemon fire. For those that didn't know, I had another lemon fire, and this will be featured in Crack That Seal, but you guys are getting a sneak peek. Because I've already done the Waving Cat one. That was already, that jar wrap is too beautiful. Sexy also. Not as lemony. Interesting. It's got some interesting candy in the middle. I don't know what. That's interesting. It's not what I expected because the Waving Cat jar is like, lemon gas, lemon king, lemon tree, but very distinctly lemon, yeah. Why do I keep, oh. Alright, you guys are getting the sneak peek. You guys are getting the sneak peek on the Crack That Seal. We're about to go in on our second lemon fire of the day. This one from Mendoza and Rising. Starting to get a little more perfumey, a little more zesty, but not like crazy zest. Not going crazy, but we are going low. Thank you guys for watching. Cheers. Oh, wow. Way different. Interesting. Much more unique. Also not what I was expecting from the cross. That candy does come across, whatever that is. And then there's like spritzer, candy. It is my third dab, but still, man, just very different. If you ask me which one I like better, tough because they're so different. I'd probably say the Lemon Fire from Waving Cat after one dab each. But this one I need to dab more because that one I understand fully. This one has floral aspects. It has spritzery aspects. Like, it's not zesty, but it's more sour, say. And then there's like a tropical floral almost. That was nice though. Shit, I need to put that on there. Oh, cool. Alright, we're still talking NFL. If you're still watching, we're still talking NFL. If you stuck around, we're talking NFL. We're about to check in live on Monday Night Football, which coincides with Monday Hash Live, and I appreciate you guys watching even though this shit's on. I've got two players playing. Oh, and perfect timing. Halftime? Damn, you couldn't have planned this better. I didn't plan this. We're at the hour and a half mark. Thank you for watching it all. Oh, Lifted, you're here for the overtime, though. It was great. Probably one of the best episodes you could watch as far as Arizona hash quality. Just some of the best hash. And I talked about you. I was saying, someone told me it was clean, and that worried me, and then I got exactly what you said, the like cleanness on the gas, but now it's cured up so much that the clean is gone and it's just like a piercing gas. But it came off like dessert kush gas, which I loved. The Lemon Fire was damn near 70%, what did we say? 75% lemon cane, 25% grease fire. I gave them both. It almost, the Death Star almost reminds me of Cushman's. It reminds me of like, like Forum cookies. Like almost, like it has aspects of them. Just super cushy, super gassy. It surprised me on the dab. Because the nose is the way it is, which it's changed now, but, the dab was just beautiful. I gave them both 8.9s. A draw, a heavyweight draw. Gun to the head, I said I'm taking the Death Star jar. Because it is technically more up my alley. But the Lemon Fire is in your face terps. Just as much. We're talking NFL. I just took my third dab of the day. And now we're talking NFL. We're wrapping the show up. We're wrapping the overtime up. We got a few more topics. The Waving Cat? Damn. Definitely. They're going to be... Alright. They'll be dropped. Oh no, I can't say that. I don't know. I don't know if they're dropping more. I don't know if more is out there. It typically goes fast, but it might be. Definitely. I have them as number one. That's what we're talking about. We're talking NFL Week 3 We're specifically talking my fantasy, just to update everyone. I know I've done this multiple times, but this is my 7-year return from fantasy football. It's a fun league. I think I told you guys no money was involved. It is $20, so it's not completely fun as far as it's not a completely useless league. But there are some people that don't know football in this league as just fillers. My draft went horribly. In case you don't remember that story, I'll just leave it at that. Having said that, I'm down 35 points. I have 2 major players in this game that could be going off while we were filming. We're about to check in at halftime right now, so let's check in. Let's see, box score. My computer's slow as hell. Rushing touchdowns, not good for me, Lions. My guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 catches for 22 yards. It is a PPR league, so the catches are stupidly counting for something, but I'll take it. So I have that. On the other side, I have Mark Andrews, 2 catches for 27 yards. Neither one of them with touchdowns. Fuck. Oh, man. That's rough. It's not, terrible, but it's pretty bad. I mean, I could just look no, I can't just look. Damn it. I don't know how much I'm down by. I was going into this game down 35 or 36. So if each of them can catch a touchdown pass in the second half, they don't even need to go crazy on yards. They just need to catch balls, which, again, dumbest shit ever. If you're a fan of PPR, I don't understand why. I get you like points, but, why should catches count as points? Then runs should count as points. Yeah, oh, he ran the ball. No, it's tied. 14-14. That's why I'm happy. 14-14, high scoring, but none of my guys have touchdowns. But it means the game's going to stay tight. If it could be... If the end score... Let's say the end score is 31-28, which I know is a high scoring game, but let's say 31-28. I'd be happy with that, because that means I got 4 more chances at touchdowns. Mark Andrews or Brown. And again, I just need catches, not yards. The yards are a plus. If Brown catches an 80-yard fucking touchdown, that's damn near good enough. But catches. We have a whole second half, so my team has hope. Favorite team, and of course the local team, Cardinals. We haven't talked extensively, but if you know me, I am a Cardinals fan, but I'm a Cardinals doubter. A lot of people were hyped after those first 2 wins. I was not one of those people. We beat 2 bad teams, and we beat them really close. Now what people are saying is oh, we played the Niners tough. They had Mac Jones. Come on, man. We lucked out again, and then we choked the very end of the game away. We let Mac Jones fucking destroy us. And Mac Jones was hurt. I shouldn't say destroy us, but we let him drive down the field and fucking score on us. So Cardinals, yes, I love that we won 2 games, but still, we got a lot to work on. Love the defense, the offense and James Conner hurt, not good. We've already talked Monday Night Football. This is a huge game. Just like this hash battle equaled tonight's Monday Night Football game. This is, Super Bowl type battle. We talked to them. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about. Weird week 3. Week 3 was weird. Just weird games, weird outcomes. The Eagles winning on like a runoff blocked field goal. A lot of late finishes. Weird games. And on top of weird games, if you follow me at all and you've heard me talk football at all, you know we've talked to this endlessly. But it just seems like every year it gets even worse. The injuries. We're only in week 3. And like the quarterbacks that are playing, we're already at, Mac Jones and, fucking Kirk Cousins, who's once believed to be trash, is coming in for the rookie QB. Marcus Mariota. And then you've already got weird quarterbacks that started the year. Like, Jake Browning, there's another terrible one. I'm trying to think. We've talked about this before, but the league, I don't know, has some talented QBs, but then they're just always hurt. And you gotta watch the backups come in, and it's fucking crazy. Guys who have been from team to team to team, and now you're watching them on starting in week 3. Like, damn. I just feel like injuries have never, wrecking the league. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, that's enough football. We're still at halftime of the game. I was going to go over the new drops. I was going to show them all to you guys, but we're already an hour and 40 minutes in. We'll do that on a different live where I can just take time and read crosses to you. A bunch of that shit for people who like knowing info and that kind of shit on jars, blah, blah, blah. We'll do that another time. But, of course, sponsors of the show, new drops from Kaya, Resin Culture, and then the big rising Mendoza collab, which Lifted got, I think you got to try, or maybe not, I can't remember. Have you tried this one, any of these ones yet? The Mendoza? I think you did, the Skittles. You got the ZZ. That's my guess. This shit flew? Yeah, ZZ. This shit flew. There will be a teensy bit more in, though. Crazy new drops from all of them. Oh yeah, I only got 3 of you in here now. It's been a long episode. We've been in the overtime, chilling, chatting. We took another dab, but I am looking for a new car. On my new car hunting, or my new car hunt. I don't know if I'm so high. My team of people helping me hunt a car. My girlfriend, who used to work at Carvana. My mechanic, who's just a guy, and he's fixed all my cars forever. And, my homie. I don't know where he works exactly. It's some kind of like loan writing place or some shit like that. I don't know. It's over my head. But he randomly tells me like, oh yeah, I don't know if he sells the cars or what, but he looks at all that kind of stuff. So, I'm looking to get a new car, not a new car, but new to me car. Any pointers or tips, greatly appreciated. I've got, like I said, my team's giving me good advice and stuff. But along the way, as I get more advice, it's always good to know where the best deals are at, what to avoid, stuff, I haven't bought a car in like, 9 years? 8 years? Yeah, 8 years. Cars are so much more expensive now. It's crazy. I've been looking a lot, but I'm not a car guy. So all three of you in the chat, if you know anything, feel free to DM me. Drop that knowledge. And then what a way to wrap up the show. We'll wrap the show up with this. Kind of becoming a... I love movies. It's been becoming kind of a funny segment where I review movies. I've always been a movie reviewer. Or, I said that weird. Like, as a writer in a newspaper, I reviewed movies. Anyways, it's been a long episode. So I've been doing kind of funny movie reviews because movies are so bad nowadays. So bad. But I actually saw a good one that surprised me. So a recommendation I can give you is the movie called Weapons. Weapons. I forgot what they put on there, but horror was the second part. It said like, I could be fucking this up, but let's say it said thriller, horror. I saw the horror part and I was like, okay, but it says thriller. So like, maybe we're gonna get something good. Like, and I thought the horror, you know, sometimes like fucking scary shit, but it's not like, anyways, spoilers if you haven't seen this movie, not that I'm gonna give, but it's a movie about, it is a horror, it definitely takes you on a ride. Takes you on a ride, but what I want to thank it for is just being a good movie. I was like, damn, they actually do still have ideas. Like, just because they're not perfect ideas, still, instead of giving us remake after remake and like number 3 and 4 of the same franchise, like, think outside the box and do random shit. That movie was random as shit. It definitely... So, a bunch of kids go missing. But by go missing, literally they all run out their house. Like 15 kids. Just run out their house. They have it on like their Ring cameras. They all like get out of bed at the same time and just book it out their house is at like 2-3 a.m. And so, the first part of the movie I want to say is thriller. Where it's building up like, oh, this like, where did these kids go? And then the second part is like, this is where the kids went, horror, you know? That's my best review without giving everything away. Definitely a movie actually worth the watch. For someone who doesn't like horror movies, you can watch it if you don't like horror movies. It's not like, it has some like jump scares and like weird stuff, but it's not horror like that. Anyways, great episode, great hash. Thank you anyone that popped in late, popped in early, stayed long. We've been talking. We've been session. 3 dabs in. It's been great. Shout out Waving Cat, our #1 pole position company. Shout out Saguaro Solventless. Both 8.9s. We gave the slight gun to the head nod to Saguaro Solventless with the win today. But today's a win for just great hash smoking. But thank you guys for tuning in. It was just me this week. Hopefully Hashington returns. If not though, just get used to this face. We'll do it next Monday and the Monday after that. We out.